it shall begin.
Food, it shall begin.
A young maiden full eager to...
Sorry.
Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well.
The ladies
Since
call
we
him
engaged
Optimus
at frontier
Prime.
hands At Revenant's Toll. Mordona is many things, but a place of refuge.
Because he
is
bangs
not.
like a truck. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals were missing. I wonder what that was used for. Surely not primals. Rendezvous with Y'shtola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun the preliminary investigation. Figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amalja friends. And wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the Brass Blades intercept it. There you go. In all my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of sumnus. What's sumnus? The Blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found.
Now then.
Voice acting! Oh my god, it's been so long. iPhone.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
It's so nice having voice acting again. Is there more voice acting in the expansions? 'Cause that'd be great.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful.
Indeed, I remain watchful.
Ere thou goest,
Another
matter requireth thine attention.
A young maiden
full eager to...
Sorry.
Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll.
Wherefore inquires
Save
thou of
thine
her fairness?
insinuations for one given to such impropriety, thou shalt not find me amenable.
Damn. You shut Thancred down. Thancred like, yo, she hot though? Okay. Is that a...
Far across the sea from the land of Doma have we traveled.
Doma!
We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
What, like my ninja master? My ninja trainer? And Cyan from Final Fantasy VI? That Doma? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there is someone amongst our own ranks conspiring with them, a traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufalupa. You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Call me a cynic. Oh. My bad. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement. Wait, that's Y'shtola? She really went all in for this. Stubborn to the last, as expected. You're unharmed? Never better. A gang of sea wolf thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea wolves, all of them? Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos, blue in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then, by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with a fellow in private. No, I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he managed to subdue the unit of Blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling the somnus were confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea wolf. Lominsa born and raised, I believe. But do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Yes, he's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed, or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Yes. Yeah. Oh, is it a rabbit? Like what? I don't know what the things on the sides are. They look like rabbit ears. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir, we have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. Man. You know not what you do. That's rough. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alphino Levier at your service, a friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique, in this part of the world at least. Few indeed are your allies in Uldar, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourself to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea, from the nation of Doman, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
I must say this right away. She has a great voice actor.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Yugiri, okay.
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware.
Man, Garlemald
when
is
the War of
everywhere.
Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A War of Succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Are they good now?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
Wait, whoa. So that's kind of exactly like in Final Fantasy VI then, because in 6, the entirety of Doma is poisoned, and the nation collapses. That's really interesting. I wonder if Doma's in any other Final Fantasy games, and it just never has a chance. It just always gets destroyed. That's really sad.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so.
Smart.
I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Uldar are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
I was about to say.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however.
Yeah.
We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Yeah, and if we help you, the people of El Amigo would be furious.
Be that as it may, Uldar is no friend to Garlemald.
True.
Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here.
Yeah, but again, El Amigo, and nothing happened with
and the
that.
Syndicate will not be so easily swayed. but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
It's nice of him.
This is within your power?
Yes.
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential
He's the most influential
individuals.
12-year-old in this country, I think.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Don't judge her.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience.
Yeah.
We seek only to spare the people of Uldar unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
I guess I go to talk to Raban then. Raban! Lady Yugiri, I befriended the Flame General on your... I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done so much for us, Master Alphino. I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. Promenade. Whatever. Everyone is here.
I, Yugiri of Doman, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri.
She sound
Although
different?
I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
Or is she just
As you
like
wish,
talking in
Your
a lower
Grace.
register?
For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
He would relate to this, right?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own
Oh,
gallion's
wow.
hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the Purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within
There's
your
only
walls.
200 of them.
Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow.
They're already in a refugee
Pray
crisis, though.
understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady, you
Telegi
people strike me as an
Adeleji.
industrious
What a
lot,
name.
And there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I was about to say, never trust a child with a mustache.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lolorito. These names, man.
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees.
Yeah. I was expecting them to bring that up.
They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity?
Where have I heard this before?
You have read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate.
But they asked for work.
That which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
This is actually, like, I'm actually gonna pause there, and it's a very interesting conversation topic to bring up in a video game. Like, a refugee crisis is a very, like, real thing that happens in the world. I think it's very interesting to just hear people talking about it in a video game. I did not expect that at all. Because, like, the refugee thing has always been there in Ul'dah, but it's never really been too much of a focus. Maybe just a few, like, speech bubble things where you talk to a dude sitting on the street and he's like, yo, shit, like, this is not working. I have no home and nowhere to go and stuff like that. It's very interesting to see them bring it up. Like, these are, so far, like, these arguments are the arguments you're going to be hearing in real life, and the funny thing is that they're always brought up by people who have all the money in the world. You know? It's, like, no matter how you feel about it, it's incredibly ironic that it's talked about by people that don't have to worry about their own economical standing, you know? It's interesting.
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Or it might mean that he poops Gil from the sounds of it, and 3 times a day is a lot.
A few hundred domans Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse.
At least not us in this room.
I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago.
There you go.
Regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves.
And how has that changed?
What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
Yeah, like...
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And
So
unlike
reliable.
those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future.
Ah, so he's a casino
Uldar's
man.
greatest asset is, and
course.
has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage hath fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Yeah, I assumed as much from him. She left too, okay. And him, and him. Okay, so all the non-named ones left. That's not great.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I've never understood how things like this
I
works.
understand, Your Grace.
Like,
And I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
why even have a figurehead? It seems like such an ancient concept of worlds with kings and shit like that. But hey, who am I?
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
It doesn't feel that sincere because you still have so many people on your streets, my guy.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all.
I noticed.
But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that this matter be reconsidered. The Monitarists have made their position clear. Agreed. Uldar is not an option. Nor are Limsa, Lominsa or Gridania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs, which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of great nations. Mordona? Mordona? Mordona! Minfilia, that is precisely what I wish to discuss. Yeah, he got it. I understand the Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week, mayhap even just a few days? Excellent, I shall keep you informed. Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alfino. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of a more well-established settlement. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as their frontier hands, hard labor, lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward.
Terms not unlike those which you yourself proposed, Lady Yugiri.
Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Uldar, Revenant Toll would offer certain advantages. The absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alfino, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one hard labor and few comforts, as I told you, and before that there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat considering the distance their present condition. Mayhap the Uldan Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there anon, Chrane.
That little boy is making some big moves. Lady Yugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the immortal flames can provide.
Okay, bye. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship, with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out for Modona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as the transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength.
Momodi!
Still looking out.
What news?
Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the mortal flames can do?
I fear that exceeds our mandates. Were it a small number, mayhap it would go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Modona.
When governments fail to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. You're part of the government, dude. What do you mean? I will engage the services of the 77 caravans of the Domans on the Doman's behalf.
Very well. We should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord.
Damn, it threw Alfino a my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Uldar, Lady Yugiri. It feels like he's just, like, being like, I could use them for something, but, damn it. Trying his best to just build, like, public relations. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Yugiri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you, after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? Time to ship some Domans to Modona. Well fought, sir, well fought. If only I were in better health, I should have been proud to stand at your side. Pay my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring-do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us.
Lost but not forgotten. Lady Yugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, the promise of a better life, all this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, father. To she who has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's toll will grow and prosper by our hands. Oh, they killed Grandpa. What do you want? Hey, Mr. Chrane, Koharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer. I'll just confuse them, I think. Because I don't really... It's not really any of these, so... To go whither the wild rose blooms. So you like roses? I think I understand. I mean, they're nice and everything, but don't they grow in lots of places? It's my turn now. Excuse me, Master Chrane. I've got a question. What's Revenant Toll like? Is it pretty? It's a bustling outpost frequented by countless adventurers. It's a bastion of civilization in harsh and unforgiving wilderness. It is home to the Science of the Seventh Dawn. It is a stone's throw away from an imperial castrum. It's a bustling outpost frequented by countless adventurers. There's a lot of people there, a lot of cool people. Yeah. You mean there are lots of people there who are just as strong as you? Hold on now. I can't wait. Enough, Koharu, it's my turn again. Mr. Chrane, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Seek out new experiences and adventures, fight forces beasts, train every day, buy weapons and armor from Rowena. That's a good one. That's funny. I feel like these two will just put these kids in unnecessary danger before they're ready, so I'll just go with the safe. Train every day. And then hit them hard when you're ready. As my father was right. How do you do it then? Come on, tell me, and don't leave anything out. Alright. That's enough questions for Mr. Chrane. That's not fair. Why does Yozan get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. This dude has his hands full. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Yeah, if you work hard. Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Mr. Chrane. I won't forget it. Dude, if he comes back later in the story, that'll be dope. I'm going to be an adventurer too. Okay. Okay, then we get to Revenant's Toll. Let's make an adventurers guild for Domans. That's cool. I hope they actually grow up to become adventurers. That'd be cool. Seeing them as adults later on. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Mr. Chrane and Lady Yugiri. Yeah, just like Mr. Chrane and Lady Yugiri. We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? Oh, I am? Oh, crap. Thought it would be flying. Oh boy. And this must be the esteemed Lady Yugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the Toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have a wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcome all sorts, provided they are willing to earn their keep, of course. We're no strangers to hard work, Master Slaffborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand, I give the same speech to all new arrivals, and you needn't bow your head or call me master either. We're both frontier hands as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slothborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Wait, she has a tail, I just noticed. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent. 7 hells, Chrane, why are you wasting your time with me? See them to the rising stones.
There's no use. Huh? Our attempts to reach the students of Baldessian continue to meet with failure. Urianger has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded naught. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know. How fare the Domans? I'm given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unsolved. I should not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within our power to help them.
I believe she has a tail, Minfilia.
Lady Yugiri is here? Please show her in. I should very much like to meet her.
Yeah, she has a tail. She's one of the like the dragon people you can play, I think. Looks like one of those tails. So I guess these aren't rabbit ears and might actually be horns.
We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady, but are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together.
As ever, it has been a pleasure, Antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slothborn, Lady Yugiri, Chrane.
Everyone's here. What's up?
How goes the fishing?
Oh.
Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
Okay, so we have our targets.
The plot thickens.
That she does.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet. Which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Oh?
Your explanation for what? Pray tell.
Yeah, I was about to be like, pray
For
tell.
the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja.
Yeah.
Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Curious.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods. They mean to summon Leviathan?
Oh. We're doing Leviathan.
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas.
Damn. Wonder what Leviathan
But
looks
there
like
is
in this.
more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. I too have the echo.
What is up? Oh.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin.
Soon it shall begin.
The Lord shall rise mid-surging wave to wash away the finless ones.
Finless ones.
What a voice.
And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
Yeah, time to leave. Very interesting. More primals.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
No.
You shared that vision, did you not?
I did.
Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this.
Oh.
But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The
He
Admiral
might just
has
be
already
spewing
requested
bullshit.
that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa.
Wait, us? You mean it's not just me going this
I mean to
time?
play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
Wait, what do you fight with? What class
My
are you?
lady, are you sure this is wise?
Trust the Lalafell.
I am aware of the risks, but there is something
Oh,
I must see with mine own
you meant
eyes.
more. Is it a good idea for you to fight? Okay.
The true nature of the echo.
Oh.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Indeed.
Aye, a Primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
Does she know about primals?
Primal?
Yeah, thought as much. Like, is it a
A
worldwide
godlike
thing?
being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In
Oh.
return for the kindness you have shown my
She's a
people,
fighter.
I would lend you my blade.
Sick.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a Primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Sick. Melweb? We're here to talk. Oh.
Welcome, friends. I take it Y'shtola has appraised you of the situation. Let us waste no time then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin had not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Thanalan to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning,
and we would welcome the Scion's support in this endeavor. But if, gods forbid, our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Minfilia, I am given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I will say only that there is something I would see with my own eyes. Is that so? Well, I am not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precaution must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Chrane, Maelstrom scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagin movements within the Sapsa spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operation staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith. That you might be appraised of the latest intelligence, Commander Falkbreda has charge of the garrison. Thrice damned fishback bastards! I'll kill them slowly, and then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. What up? Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scouts, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass, and the Aetherite in the depths of Sapsa. Weird names. If we are to act, it must be now. My men are ready, but we await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is like to be met with the fiercest resistance. I have no idea what this character's voice is turning into and what it's like. I have no idea what I'm doing. But we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetherite and eliminate the Sahagin priest residing over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetherite, accompanied by Lady Minfilia as we agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! When last did we fight side by side, Chrane? Too long ago, I warned, but come, let us away. Have I ever fought side by side with her? I don't know if I have. Huh. Here we go. Here we go. I see some Sahagin. Ooh.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Oh yeah, they're under the influence of the Primal, right? Yes!
Did I miss much?
I'm still so glad he's back. Oh! Oh, she's a ninja! That makes so much sense! Huh.
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note. Pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
I mean, I'm assuming you're just a rogue while she's a ninja. so I would say she has the upper hand. Woo. We're actually getting awesome fight choreography. This is great. She's impressed. This is so cool. Damn.
To the Aetheryte.
Okay. Bye. I'm out. More fishies. Well, it's one way to do
You'll
that.
forgive me my lateness.
What a duo, man.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled swordwalkers tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
I'm assuming it's working. Yeah.
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
The echo.
What?
So he has the echo.
Such power! It is transcendent!
Yeah. Oh. Oh God. What the hell?
7 hells.
Yeah.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal.
What if we just keep shooting Sahagin?
Oh, mighty Leviathan, ruler of the thieves, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth! Die, damn you!
Keep shooting. Yeah, yes, exactly. Keep shooting.
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Uh-huh. Uh-oh.
Heavens forfend.
Uh-huh.
Damn it all!
My being,
I thought you were eternal, dude.
it should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary!
Elidibus strikes again.
Everlasting!
It's a big fish.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon! Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Not great. Terrible.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Noscea.
Noscea. Noscea, okay.
Some years
Thank
prior
you.
to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the company of heroes put him down before he could do too much damage.
I met
But
them.
when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations.
Great!
If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The Primal must be stopped.
Here, here.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells. Is there no way that we might strike back?
The company of heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
True.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time.
I recognize this
voice. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
This is
Begging
true.
your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
Oh, it's arcanist? I always said
It makes little
arcanist.
difference who thought of it first, so long as it
Arcanist
works.
makes more sense, though.
Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another.
I don't doubt it.
In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Let's hope so.
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder.
Sure.
By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Let me guess, he was Mistbeard.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the
They look
device
really
will need to be in
nervous.
close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel.
I'm down. This all sounds
Suffice it
doable.
to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
My dude.
Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well.
Very well.
Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafirson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Thank you. I have a feeling I need it. It's a big fish. Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Oh, so they are real over there too, okay. Legends tell us that they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with the Primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them so. Oh no, it's this idiot again. He can't even say Leviathan, he says Leviabetus. Chrane, this is Minfilia. Were you able to learn aught of use against Leviathan? I beg pardon, Leviabetus? I see, that's unfortunate. Yeah, we could feed this guy to Leviathan. I know that look, you're ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the World Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She has been fitted with what our friends at Naldic and Vimeli are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupt crystals on board and rob Leviathan of his hold over the water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Thancred and Y'shtola, I would have you assist in this effort. It is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I would volunteer my blade.
We would welcome it. Having seen your fight in Sapsa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Y'shtola, if you would join the 3rd Levy and Lady Yugiri the 5th. But what words have I for the man who has made sport of slaying gods? Only these, go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo she too has the echo, the Admiral's sentiments, and add a few words of mine own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Chrane. May the crystal bless and keep you. It's a big boat. There it is. Da fish. Pow, pow. Oh. It's shielded. That's not great. Oh wow, he's really going for it. Guess it's time to fight then. Oh, they're leaving me here, okay. All saluting me. Thank you. Let's see if this works. That's cool. Ooh, fishy! It's a big fish. But you know what they say? There's always a bigger fish. Okay, he dove down. What's happening? Oh, okay. Oh, God. That's cool. Oh, since Sahagin jumped aboard, okay. I don't know where to focus my attacks, but I'm assuming we're going for the added tail and not the main one. The water's purple. That's...
going for the tail again. I don't know if it matters though. I don't know where. Do they share health pool? Seems like it. Yeah. Okay. So I just guess it doesn't matter. Oh, let's take care of the spume. Okay. And he's flying again. Music almost feels like Persona. What is happening to me? Oh, I control back. Okay. Again. Here he goes. Lost control. Actually on free will. Oh, okay. Debuff is really screwing with me. Ah! Such a cool effect. You're going down, fishy. Man. There she blows. That's all, folks.
We Lominsans are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive
it's a big
now,
fish.
we owe in no small part to you.
Now it's sushi.
Not for the first time. You have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally.
One of stone, one of water.
On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
You're welcome. Happy to help. It was a fun fight.
'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Uh-huh. Wherever he is now.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
Oh.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well.
Is this how they added Rogue and Ninja to the game? Because it's not a... You can't select the class when you make a character. And it's in Limsa Lominsa where you start the quests. So is this how they added Rogue and Ninja to the game? Like in one of the patches? If so, that's great use of storytelling to implement a new class. I love that. If not, this would have been the perfect moment to do it. I'm assuming that's what happened, and that's really cool.
Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Exactly. He's impressed. And he uses something similar.
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral.
Yeah. So are you trained in the same...
You are privy to this information. But Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity.
There you go.
Its members are trained in a form of combat, not unlike your own.
There it is.
By my judgment, It should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
He was holding back.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Sly bastard.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Y'shtola! You jest, of course.
You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Got a nice piece of backstory in there. Cool.
Minfilia, please!
Now they're just teasing the poor boy.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
He's a transformer.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many Domans
The ladies
have
call
since
him
been engaged
Optimus
as frontier
Prime.
hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge.
Because he
is
bangs
not.
like a truck.
Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral.
That's nice of them.
I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at
I like
once.
this a lot. I like where this story's going. Let me guess, no voice acting now?
You wished a word in private.
I was wrong. The loading screen threw me off.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds stood before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation.
They did.
It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'shtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence.
I thought she was like that man,
Nor
like
am I
pointing finger on a
ignorant of the
special
Sahagin's
specific
reason
person.
for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed
Then I
and
realized
multiply
I'm
that
but a
their kind
fool.
might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men
More
or
philosophy. And politics.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
I'm loving these discussions.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost.
True.
To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, Mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
We're all just people.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
So you're the man the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred too. Been a while since I saw his shite-eating grin. But what with all the doughy-eyed wenches about, I expect he's got auto advance on. Ah, you must be the Far Easterner that Merlwyb says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, my lady. I'm Yugiri of Doma. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when I first learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa is a city of pirates, to be sure. The pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I need to keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you have developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose, I see. Know that the practitioners of my art too are denizens of shadow. It is in stealth that our strengths lie. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. Then what in the seven hells are we waiting for? If you'd come with us, Yuggery of Do-What's-It, we can get acquainted in more private surrounds. That didn't come out quite right, did it? Master Chrane, I shall remain with these people for a time that I might study their ways. I'm fairly sure now that this is how the rogues were introduced. Though I'm loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us Domans. No word would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as a student.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand.
More voice acting.
If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me.
Go ahead. I'm all ears.
When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo.
I too have the
Though
Echo.
I cannot well explain the how of it. It would seem he became immortal in so doing.
Yeah, until he wasn't.
When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove.
That's one way to look at people.
Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul. But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy.
That's a scary thought.
It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan.
Yeah.
And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable.
Interesting.
That they can
okay.
be destroyed.
Yeah. Very
There
interesting.
exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale. Yet recent events have given me cause to wonder. Could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight.
Sick.
With Urianger's aid, It is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
That can't be good.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my
Isn't
friend.
he always just calm and collected?
Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
Let's hear it.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
They destroyed an entire nation?
I relate
What's up?
only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be.
Whoa.
'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
So who and
12
why?
Reserve.
That's horrifying. Politics can also be horrifying.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be
I
adjourned.
move that today's meeting be adjourned.
He sounds like a character from the Clone Wars. Okay. That's quite eerie.
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
I knew not to... Revolution. I knew not to trust a child with a mustache. I knew it.